today. We're doing a story time and a get ready with me. We're gonna do what I normally do for my eye and makeup stuff, which is my look. And I'm gonna be telling you guys the time I almost dated my college's drug dealer. Let's just get right into it. So I have dark circles, as you guys can see. I've had them my entire life. It's dermatologists, they say it's just genetic. Nothing I can do about it. Not black eyes. I'm not tired, just how it is. Let's start with the story. Oof, freshman year of college. This is the first week of college. I'm gonna see if I'm not the best at multiclassing, so we're gonna see. Oh, I got a mirror here. Never mind, we don't have to use the camera and like stare into your guys' soul when I do this. First week, freshman year of college, where they just had like activities where they wanted to like you to get to know each other so you can make friends. Assessments haven't started, and the student committee or whatever they organized this outdoor like I don't even know, like bash I think they called it, where they got like all these like inflatable like you know the Wipeout where they have like that arm that like not the entirety of Wipeout, but you know those machines on Wipeout where you have to try to like dodge or you get boinked and you fall into like the water. They had one of those. They had like those cornhole games where you throw the beanie into a hole, like a bunch of like those like outdoorsy fun games. I am very socially awkward. And it's exceedingly more so back then. Like I had no idea how to make friends. When high school came along, I guess I made friends was just through like knowing other people. Like my best friend from high school, we became friends because we both knew this one girl. This one girl, she went to my school that I used to go because I went to a different school for high school. And she also knew her, so we just had someone in common and we just kind of, you know, became friends through that. But obviously we shared more in common afterwards. But that kind of was like an opening thing. So I never really knew how to make friends without kind of being introduced, I realized. And I don't really struggle with that anymore, but that's besides the point. But see, look, dark circles are basically gone, so. And that's kind of what we do for face. We don't, why do I say we? It's me. I'm kind of like including you guys in this process. I don't wear foundation, mainly because I don't really need it, and it just gives you acne. I used to wear a lot of it. I used to wear a lot of makeup in mainly college. That came from insecurity problems, and I had like acne, like a good amount of acne, and I thought if I just covered it, it would go away. I looked like a pasty crunch bar. That's what it ended up looking like. But so I just put cover up under my eyes. I'm trying to go for more like e-girl looks now, I guess. I've never been very good at makeup, but we're on a journey, and you guys are on this journey with me. But back to the story. Yeah, I struggle with making friends. So I'm outside on this outdoor thing. It's on the front lawn of the freshman dorm building, okay? So all the freshmen are there. We're supposed to be making friends, getting to know each other. I dressed really freaking cute. You know, I was hoping like maybe I'd get a boyfriend, you know? Maybe someone will come up to me, or at least I would get friends. But I didn't get friends that day. I was standing there just being socially awkward, not really knowing what to do, kind of pretending to be on my phone to seem like I'm not just standing there, not having anyone to talk to. This guy approaches me. We'll call him something else. We'll call him Texas. His name has to do with something Texas-y. This is the first guy that has approached me in college. I don't really have any experiences with, not really, I had no experience with guys beforehand, like just talking to them really like in a relationship manner, because I didn't have a boyfriend or like talk to really dudes in that way. And like in high school, I was going through things, my own personal things. I didn't have time for that. This is the first guy that approached me. I'm like, oh my gosh. He does it very confidently too, just comes up and be like, asks for my number. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no way, he wants me. So I give him my number. And so I think this whole scenario takes place in like a 72-hour period. Keep that in mind. And nothing sexual happens either. It's just a very emotionally intense journey. That day, he asked for my number. We walk around a little bit during the freshman thing, but then we go our separate ways. It's the next day. So he messaged me, wants to hang out. So as I said in my last video, I had a drinking problem. Not a drinking problem, I was an alcoholic. As soon as I graduated high school that summer, like I just went really unhealthily into drinking. And I carried that over into college. Texas had a drinking problem too. We found that out when we decided to chill together. So he came over to my dorm, and I think my roommate, so I only had a roommate my first semester freshman year. She dropped out after this first semester, and then I decided to just have a single from there on out. That was a different experience in itself. I mean, I liked her. We were friends. I wouldn't have minded if she decided to come back, but I then got used to the single dorm experience. This is getting really random and off topic, but yeah, so he comes over to my dorm. We're literally just talking and hanging out. It turned out we were both in honor society. Lols. So we were in the honor society, and if you were in the honor society, you had to take these honors classes. There was a certain amount you had to take. And it turned out we had the same class for our first semester for the honors class. We just kind of pretended like we didn't know each other. We are chilling in my dorm room. We're just talking. We're literally just talking about like our problems, which were plentiful. So he's out here sharing, like he has a drinking problem too. We're drinking, of course, because we got issues. If you guys have a drinking problem yourself, please seek help. Sobriety is worth it. You're worth it. So we're just talking and drinking and bringing up problems. It turns out he's bipolar as well, like I am. And I'm like, oh my God, we're so similar. At the time, I was gonna say someone who's broken like I am, because I genuinely thought I was a broken person. I didn't think I deserved much. I didn't think I deserved a good person. And I had serious self-worth issues and like self-esteem problems. A whole smorgasbord of things. So as he's saying this, normally, red flags would be going off on a normal person's mind, but on my mind, I'm like, wow, we're just meant for each other. And he was thinking the same thing, whispering sweet nothings, like, oh my gosh, I think you're the one. You're just so perfect. We're gonna spend all our time together. You're so amazing. You're the one. And I'm like, okay, great. And so we're talking, and then he brings up, he's a drug dealer. And now like now later on he became like the main drug dealer for my college. And I'm, normally for someone that would be like, uh-oh, you should probably walk away. I didn't. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. We all have our things. And then he brought up how he's done heroin before. That's another moment where he probably should have been like, oh no. But I'm like, no, that's okay. We've all. I mean, I haven't tried heroin. I don't recommend people try heroin. That's a life ruiner. He's only done it once or twice. And I'm like, okay. And then we're just talking, getting to know each other, revealing our inner traumas. And then he's like, well, why don't we go get some more alcohol? We were sober at that point. Don't drink and drive, guys. I had a car, and we decided we're gonna just go to the grocery store. I thought he had a fake ID, since he made it seem like he was like, oh, I'll just get it, no problem. I'm like, okay, so we must have a fake ID. I'll just drive us there. So I drive to the local grocery store, and I wait in the car. He said, like, I'll be back out soon. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm just chilling there, just thinking, cool, lit, awesome. He comes out a few minutes later. He's like, go, you gotta go. And I'm like, what? So I just start driving. I'm like, what's going on? And he opens up his backpack. It is stuffed with bottles of alcohol. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I just, I shoplifted. I just took it and I put it in my bag. And I'm like, what the fuck? I would not have agreed to that if I knew that. That was the moment where I'm like, oh fuck. I don't know if I'm making my videos sweary or not, so, oh frick. And I'm like, oh no. That was the point where I'm like, I should not be around this person. Because I've never shoplifted my entire life. I believe in don't steal. And that I was getting like, oh Jesus, this is not good. So we get back. I didn't really know how to get out of the situation though. So we get back to my dorm, and he's like, can I just keep these in here, like the bottles of alcohol? He just stored it in my room. I'm like, oh fucking Jesus. We made plans previously earlier that day, because the Honor Society had a event going on where during the weekend, they wanted to take us all not take us all, like you could sign up for it, and most people did. I was going to, but it was to go play paintball. They were gonna get a bus and take us to like a paintball place, I don't remember where, but that was the plan. And then we planned to like go there together and just hang out and like chill together on the bus ride and through the whole event. But I was like, oh freak, I need to get out of this. And I didn't really know how to like talk to dudes or like say no to dudes, so I ghosted him, which wasn't right. I should have just said straight up like, nah fam, nah, that was too much. So the next day I tried to drive back for 3 hours back to my house, my parents' house. I just turn off my phone and I don't respond to him. He's blowing up my phone. Like, I think I got like 30 calls within like a day or two period, and I didn't know what to do. I honest to God didn't know what to do. So I come back, and at that time, I think I messaged it saying I'm asexual and I'm not into him. But at that time, it wasn't like completely wrong. I wasn't really sure if I was or not, because I was on a cocktail of like medications for my bipolar at the time. Like, I was up to like 8 different medications in general, and that just messes with everything in your life. Like, I would like to say I'm a very different person now that I'm off of all of my medications. But yeah, I just didn't really, and I had a lot of internal stuff going on. Like, I couldn't focus on like dudes or like sexual sides of things. But so it wasn't like a complete lie, but at the same time, I knew at the time, I'm pretty sure this is all just because of my medications and problems I gotta work through. But I told him I'm asexual, and it got off my back. So oh, I forgot. So when I was gone during the weekend, he like busts into my dorm room where my roommate's there at the time, and like flipping out at her, like rummaging through the room to like get to the bottles of alcohol he stored in there. And it scared my roommate at the time, because he was being kind of a little scary. But you know, he got his bottles, and then we pretended like none of that ever happened. I mean, throughout the year he would check in and be like, "You still asexual?" And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm bisexual, but you know, I think that was a good call. He ended up getting expelled. He got like red listed from all of the frats, and then got expelled because I think he got caught selling drugs, or they knew, or I don't know why, but he got expelled. I think I dodged a bullet. I think I should have just straight up told him like, no, like, you are shoplifting and that's not chill. I mean, and drug dealing, you know, that's not chill either. I admit I should have just been straightforward with that. I just didn't really know what to do. But if I was in the position I am now, just be straightforward. But yeah, he really wanted to pursue like an actual relationship with me, and no, that would have not been in my best interest. So that was the story of how I almost dated the college drug dealer, who then got expelled later that year. But yeah, I didn't even finish my makeup. I got one eye, but this is basically the look. This is the look. I could do this real fast, but you just surround it with the liner. We're doing it speedy. We're doing it speedy. You surround it with the liner. Here we go. Liner surrounded. You put it all